Greetings, church family. I am coming to you from the beautiful recording studios of 212 East Montford in my brand new office, which looks a lot like my old living room. And my new office chair looks a lot like my old chair, and my new desk looks a lot like my TV table. But here we are. Mainly thanks to Pastor Brandy's sermons, I have begun these past few days thinking about our current situation and comparing it to what the disciples must have gone through in the days following that first Easter. In the days leading up to and following Easter, they experienced highs and lows and highs and lows again. They received the news that the Jesus who they just got back had to leave them again. This time he would not return to earth. I can imagine them sitting around with their heads hanging, sad expressions, long faces. What do we do now? Where do we go? To whom do we turn? You're our leader. You're our teacher. What are we supposed to do? And Jesus tells them, you're supposed to do what I have taught you to do. You're supposed to do what I have prepared you to do in this moment. Go out, fish like I taught you to fish, heal like I taught you to heal, teach like I taught you to teach. For the disciples, it was a different world. It was a world in which they felt lost and overwhelmed. Sound familiar? The expression we have had to get used to hearing recently is the new normal. Perhaps that new normal in this new world should look like what the old normal was supposed to be all along. God tells us, this is what I have been preparing you to do. This is what I've commanded you to do. It's what I've taught you to do. What I've commissioned you to do. Perhaps when life returns to that new normal for us, perhaps we'll embrace the life that God has called us to all along. Perhaps. Perhaps we will not jam our schedules and our children's schedules with every activity under the sun. Perhaps we'll still take a night or two, sit around the kitchen table and play a board game. Perhaps we'll enjoy sunrises and quiet walks. Perhaps we'll be more appreciative of those around us. Perhaps we'll tip our servers a little bit bigger, a little bit more. Perhaps we'll stop and say thank you to a veteran or first responder. Perhaps we'll check on our elderly neighbors, those alone. Just checking in to see if you need anything. Can I pick up your medication from the drugstore? Can I get you some groceries? You want to sit and talk? Want to share a cup of coffee? Perhaps we'll appreciate our children's teachers more. Become more involved in school, volunteer more. Perhaps we'll give blood, work in the food pantry. Perhaps the new normal will be a lot better, a lot slower. Perhaps we'll stop someone on the street and say, how's it going? And mean it. How is your soul? How is your life? How are your children? How are your grandchildren? What is life like for you? My friends, my family, it is up to us to live into the new normal that God calls us to do, to be the Christians the Christians we have been called to be. I will pray for each and every one of you. I will pray for this community, this state, this nation, this world. And perhaps someday, very soon, the doors of our churches will burst open and we will enter to praise and thank the God who got us through, the God who saves. Recently, a friend of mine shared with me a song by a group called We Are Messengers. I want to share the lyrics with you. This is just the chorus, but I think it fits very well for what we're going through. Don't hang your head when you get lonely. No, I'll never leave your side. And don't think you're the only one that can't get it right. You've got my love, love, love down in your soul. You've got my love, 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 and I won't let go. Peace, my friends, and may God bless you.